A federal judge just ruled that President Trump is breaking the law, and he did it right in front of the entire country, with construction cranes reaching into the sky behind the White House for everyone to see. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon, a George W. Bush appointee, issued a stunning ruling on March 31, 2026, ordering the Trump administration to immediately halt construction on the president's controversial $400 million White House ballroom project. The judge's words were blunt, pointed, and at times used actual exclamation points to drive home the severity of what he found. The President of the United States is the steward of the White House for future generations of first families. He is not, however, the owner. No statute comes close to giving the President the authority he claims to have. Construction has to stop. And now this fight is racing toward the Supreme Court. To understand how we got here, you have to go back to last summer when Trump first announced his plan to build a massive new ballroom on the grounds of the White House. This was not a small renovation. Trump's vision was a 90,000 square foot neoclassical event space, bigger than the White House itself, which is only 55,000 square feet, complete with Greco-Roman columns, high-grade bulletproof glass, and seating for up to 1,000 guests. Trump said the space was necessary because he was tired of hosting world leaders and important events under temporary tents on the South Lawn. In October 2025, without much warning, Trump ordered the demolition of the entire White House East Wing to make room for the project. The East Wing, which had housed offices and historic spaces for over a century, came down virtually overnight. Site preparation and underground construction began immediately after. The administration said above-ground construction would begin in April 2026, and it did. But here is the core legal problem at the center of all of this. Trump never asked Congress for permission, not once. Federal law is clear that the White House is not the president's personal property. It is a historic federal building owned by the American people, and major construction projects on federal property require congressional authorization. Trump's team argued that the president has broad, essentially unlimited authority to make changes to the White House without needing Congress to sign off, and that since the project was being funded through private donations from wealthy individuals and corporations rather than taxpayer dollars, it was not subject to the normal oversight rules. Judge Leon rejected that argument completely. He said Congress has never ceded its authority over federal property in any such sweeping fashion, and that no president in American history has ever claimed the kind of unilateral power Trump was asserting here. He pointed out that for centuries, presidents and Congress have managed the White House together, with lawmakers retaining oversight over what happens to one of the nation's most iconic and beloved buildings. Leon also specifically rejected the administration's attempt to draw comparisons between this project and routine White House renovations done by previous presidents. This ballroom, he said, is on an entirely different scale and of an entirely different nature. The judge's ruling was delivered in a 35-page opinion that left no room for ambiguity. He also warned in his ruling that any above-ground construction that continued during the 14-day appeal window that was not in compliance with his order was at risk of being taken down, depending on the outcome of the case. That is an extraordinary statement. A federal judge essentially telling the President of the United States that work he is actively doing on the grounds of the White House may have to be torn down. The National Trust for Historic Preservation, the nation's top historic preservation organization, brought the lawsuit in December 2025. It had received over 2,000 public comments on the project, of which an extraordinary 99% were negative. The trust argued that Trump had not followed proper legal procedure when he demolished the East Wing, that the project had not been subject to independent review, and that congressional approval was required before a single brick of the new structure could go up. Their president and CEO, Carol Quillen, called Judge Leon's ruling a win for the American people and a win for one of the most beloved and iconic places in this nation. Trump did not take the ruling quietly. Within moments of the judge's decision hitting the news, the president fired off posts on Truth Social, calling the National Trust for Historic Preservation a radical left group of lunatics. He insisted the ballroom was under budget and ahead of schedule, being built at no cost to the taxpayer. He argued that congressional approval has never been given for White House construction projects big or small, and that requiring it now was unprecedented and wrong. When reporters asked him in the Oval Office about the ruling, he said flatly, "We built many things at the White House over the years, and they don't get congressional approval." The administration immediately filed an appeal, and the legal fight moved fast. On April 11th, just days after Leon's ruling, a three-judge panel at the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit issued a split 2-1 decision allowing construction to continue temporarily until at least April 17th, while the lower court took a closer look at national security concerns raised by the Trump administration. The administration had argued that halting construction entirely would leave the White House open and exposed, citing a classified secure bunker being built underground beneath the ballroom site. Trump himself had told reporters about plans to upgrade the FDR-era bunker under the site, saying the military was building a big complex underneath and that the ballroom essentially becomes a protective structure for what is being built below ground. The appeals court said it did not yet have enough information to decide whether those national security claims justified allowing construction to continue, and sent the case back to Judge Leon to examine that question more carefully. It extended the construction window by just 3 days and made clear this was not a final ruling on the merits of the case. One of the 3 judges on the panel dissented, meaning at least one federal appeals judge believes construction should have been stopped right now. Here's what makes this story so significant for every American watching. This is not just a fight about a ballroom. This is a fight about the limits of presidential power and whether any president, regardless of party, can use the office to treat the White House as personal property rather than a public trust. For over 200 years, presidents and Congress have shared oversight of the White House. No president has ever claimed the right to demolish a major historic wing of the building and replace it with a project of this size without legislative approval. Judge Leon, a Republican-appointed judge, looked at Trump's argument and said clearly that the law simply does not support what the president is doing. The fact that the project is being funded with private donations rather than taxpayer money does not change the legal equation, because the building itself and the land it sits on belong to the American people and are subject to federal law, regardless of where the construction money comes from. Congress, meanwhile, has shown little appetite to save Trump from this legal battle by passing a bill to authorize the project. The Washington Post reported that many lawmakers, including Republicans, are not inclined to give their stamp of approval. Congress was on spring break when the ruling came down, and neither the House nor Senate committees with jurisdiction over the project returned requests for comment. The next deadline in this case is April 17th, when the appeals court window expires. At that point, the Trump administration may seek emergency review from the Supreme Court, which would make this the latest in a long line of high-stakes battles between the Trump administration and the federal judiciary. What happens at the Supreme Court and what Judge Leon concludes about the national security arguments will determine whether cranes keep rising over the former East Wing or whether the most controversial construction project in White House history gets forced to a halt by the law of the land. One thing is certain right now. A federal judge appointed by a Republican president has ruled that Donald Trump is violating the law in plain sight. The Constitution gives Congress authority over federal property for a reason, and that reason, as Judge Leon put it, is so that the American people benefit from the branches of government exercising their constitutionally prescribed roles. Not a bad outcome, that.